Hit the button. Not that button. The other button. All the buttons.
Buttons.
Stop talking about my buttons.
Who's got the button?
Got big buttons and you can't look back. All right.
You other brothers all are whack.
Welcome, listeners. Gather round, adventurers, people who play with dice, and goblins, and everything in between. I'm Rurik, normally your guide to the mythical realms of probability of demise, and today we are going to take a detour to another realm within the realm that needs a little bit of help, or just some attention. We're going to be diving in, and I would love to introduce you to these valiant souls who will bring life to our tale. First, we have Jason. I will not tell you who they're going to be, although it's kind of on the screen. That was my mistake. There is... Hey, look, quick, hide it.
Spoilers!
Now you don't know.
What's gonna happen?
Larr'sen, there, in that general direction. And right below me is Andy. Andy's
Hello.
here. I just totally messed up my whole introduction that I had rewritten for this whole day because I got all excited about stuff. Anyways, together, these three extraordinary
We found out where I
storytellers.
can't read.
I can't. I have readability. They will be captivating us with a side quest in Atland, where this world has been molded by our collective imaginations, and we again view science, the fall of science, and the rise of magic into, the South, or what
Join
used
us
to be
in
the
our
South.
moldy world of imagination. Wait, that's not right.
Get moldy with us. So just some quick announcements. You'll see that Andy's actually wearing our merch.
Hey, well
So-
done.
That. Woo.
At least somebody's paying attention to the.
Yeah. Well, he's Andy. He's got to know everything. He's the Andy fan.
I have to. I'm the Andy fan.
And then we also have, just so you know, that's tee.pub/lic/P, O, D, and I did it without doing the
Wow,
other
somebody
thing.
could actually type that out from the way you just read it.
much more doable than the other words. You'll also see it in the description, I'm sure, because we'll remember that like 50% of the time. All right, any other announcements? I know that we have big concerts coming.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This upcoming Thursday, Stonewall Corral. Sorry.
Stonewall hiccup.
We'll be performing their June Pride concert.
Their June
It'll-
performance
Yes.
of Pride.
Yes. It'll be at 7:30 p.m. at Church of the Holy Apostles in Chelsea. That's 28th Street and 9th Avenue. If you are local and want to come see, you can get tickets at went quiet at stonewallcorral.org/buy-tickets. And you, if you can't come but you still want to support us, you can donate somewhere on the same website. And then that's it for concert stuff.
It's fire. Now, normally we'd have word of the day, and I'm just an evil sod. So, Andy,
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Oh
No
boy,
pressure.
putting me on the spot here.
Just
you have to
look
pull the
around
chest
and
and
pick
look
something.
around the space around you, figure out a word from an object nearby.
I'm looking around. Yes, the word of the day is flowering.
All right.
Yes.
And do you have the definition, or should I kick in here because I was a jerk?
You have to do it, Rick.
Flowering, the action of producing flowers, the attainment of an optimum stage of development.
Oh, see, Andy's got this down. Just take notes.
Oh, this was pretty fun.
I threw some shade, and she's going to get me back for it later, so it'll all be
You
fine.
should. Rude.
So yes.
Rude.
All depends if she watches.
So,
this or
like,
not. You may never
behind
know.
me, this tree is flowering.
Nice. Already used it in a
someday-
sentence. That's an inspiration die your way already, man.
Oh, come on.
Someday-
Hey, you gotta be
Uh,
nice to the
make
guests.
flour.
Nice to the guests. Once a week, I'm nice. I joke a little bit, not very much. So
I kid.
I keyed.
It only
Yep.
works if you sing inspiration.
Inspiration.
The sun rises over the horizon, casting a golden light over the city, small though it is, of Rothara. There is no joy in the city today. The people are afraid. A blue dragon, seemingly in control of the ocean on this beachside town on the small island, has already destroyed 2 elven cities. And now you know that it is coming for Rothara. 3 individuals are standing together on the city walls, watching the horizon for the first sign of the dragon's approach. There was a prince, a new but wise and just ruler who had put the needs of the people first, currently departed and working to secure the realm overall. There was also a princess consort, powerful sorceress, dedicating her life to protecting the elven people. She is gone now. The 3 individuals, gazing at the rising sun, they've been through much in the past few years, separately and together. They have seen homes destroyed, friends and family killed, and they have seen kingdoms brought to ruin. But they haven't given up hope yet. They continue to fight back, and they're not willing to give up now. Really quickly, but with as much detail as you desire, would you like to introduce the 3 of yourselves? And anybody can choose to go first and describe what exactly you're doing, standing here at kind of a city ramparts of sorts, overlooking the docks.
Jason gets to go first. He has the most. I'm sure his character is the most.
Fleshed.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I leveled up a character from the first campaign I ever played with Rurik. There's a little fly. Just I'm gonna. Anyway,
Squirrel.
his name is Jacoby. He is a half elf, specifically half drow.
The character,
half
not the
human.
fly.
Yes. Yes. And he is a monk, and he follows the path of the way of the drunken master. He is like not quite middle aged for an elf. He's probably in his like 60s or 70s by now. He's not even sure of his own exact age, but currently, as the other 2 stand and look over the horizon for dragons, he is sitting between them against the wall with a flask. Actually, he has a drinking horn. That's right, with his drinking horn, and he's just like prepping for battle.
When Jacoby is sober, bad things happen.
It's true. Yeah, he's not an Atland native. He comes from another place, another plane. And one time he was walking out of a tavern, and in this plane at that time, there was a large explosion that you might know if you followed the Timeless Trio story. And Jacoby tripped and fell through a hole in reality and landed in Atland. Now he's here.
Ah!
The end.
Sorry.
Roll the SWAT.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jacoby the Fly went that way.
I'm sure it's the very same one.
They had 2 dogs. They wanted to have another pet, so they chose the fly.
Yeah. Andy, do you want to go or you want me to?
Oh, I can go.
Okay.
So I am a 32-year-old male rock gnome named JDaz. Tiny little thing, 3'2". Maybe a little tall for a gnome, a little short, right kind of there. Essentially, though, after just seeing all the dragon attacks, being out adventuring, decided it was a good time to become a dragon hunter. He was just sick of his lands being torn apart by all these different dragons that were coming around. And now at this point, he's here on this wall. He's not going to allow it to happen again to these elves.
That's JDS.
JDS. I will be playing Felicienne. She is average height human. However, she usually looks a little bit shorter than she actually is because she's kind of always hunched and looking over her shoulder. She's got a little bit of a nervous disposition. She's not exactly there by choice. It's more that for some reason she seems to have kind of a natural instinct when it comes to, or a natural ability when it comes to hunting dragons. Not sure why, but she's very sneaky, so she's able to slip into places, do recon, that kind of thing. But it's not really. She's good at it, but she doesn't like doing it. If that makes sense, she does it out of necessity and not out of joy. Sorry. The bottom of this is squishy, and I didn't know why.
It has like anti-slip. Yeah.
Okay. It's like foam. Because I was like, what the fuck is this squishy?
Yeah, this is like a gift from my work. A coffee cup.
Oh, nice.
Nice coffee cup.
Except the logo has worn off.
And we don't need to show the internet where I work.
As you are working, as you are staring off into the distance, looking at what may or may not happen, are there any conversations being passed back and forth, or are you just observing?
Hey, JDS, do you need me to lift you up so you can see over that wall?
Like I haven't heard that before. Go back to your drinking.
I didn't
Is he
stop.
always this way?
As long as I've known him, which isn't very long.
Even as you
Fantastic.
say that, you all hear another voice.
I'm also going to give each of them a cooked treat, which you can eat for 5 temporary hit points at any time.
As he's passing out the
That's a bonus
cookies,
action if we're in combat.
or whatever the wonderful treat is that he's passing you, you hear
Cookie.
Sure. You hear cookie. I mixed that, delicious. Yes. And you've all gotten used to it slightly. His spoon talks. His very large spoon seems to pipe in at odd intervals. And it's not exactly comforting to know that you're sitting with someone who has an intelligent spoon.
It's a ladle. Come on now. It's not a spoon.
Some call it a ladle.
About the size of a longsword. It's a big steel ladle.
Yeah, he's been like that forever.
Well, fair enough.
I'm laughing at Rick doing my accent because my sword has the same accent as my character.
Trying so hard. It's making me giggle.
So I honestly might have to turn my camera off and go get whiskey if I'm going to do this voice for 3 hours.
So as you're standing there, standing watch, could somebody go ahead and roll a perception check?
I'm going to roll a perception check. I'm imposing disadvantage on myself because I am sitting down facing away.
26.
wait.
You're also a little distracted as your ladle is letting you know, oh, I'm versatile. I'm more than just a spoon. I can be used for many things. Stirring soup, serving ice cream. I'm a useful ladle.
Ooh, I like ice cream. 26.
7.
Hold on. Dice would be good. Give me a d20. There we go. Okay.
You never were a perceptive one.
No, not from any aspect that I remember. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Whoa! I didn't even look at my modifiers. Okay, that is a 24.
Awesome. Well, the 26 and 24, despite being a small rock gnome and having just had to deal with some jesting about seeing things at a distance, you both recognize the water is moving out of the harbor.
That's not good.
I mean, is it not just low tide? Or can I have a little bit more clarification in which the way that the water is moving? Is it like moving at a very noticeable pace, or just
it is
like
swiftly retreating?
That's rather fast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just remembered that this character has his own dice and I'm digging them out.
As you watch, you can see fish, shells, crustaceans, creatures that would not be on land or flopping about. They are not retreating with the tide. It's almost greater and greater quantities of them seem to be choosing landfall on the newly revealed sand beneath rather than moving with the water as it retreats. Not just a few that weren't fast enough, but that's a dolphin that just leapt from the wave to land.
Do we know if the village, has everybody gotten out?
I hope so.
I'm going to stand up and then I'm going to grab JDS by the waist if he doesn't fight me and put him up on the wall.
I'm going to definitely kind of give you a look, but then be like, whatever, and look in, see what I see, if everybody's out, and if there's still people there.
The water continues to retreat, but as you look around towards the town, the small city of Rothara, can you go ahead and just roll another perception check?
That is a 24.
Not everyone leaves when warned.
17 this time for me.
And you're all able, or at least the two of you, as you've put the rock gnome up higher to spot things around and you're looking together, you're able to make out that some of the infrastructure of the town is very much occupied still. There's smoke coming from a few chimneys.
There are still people here. We need to warn them if possible.
On the third,
Run, morons!
You don't need to warn anyone because you hear the roar. It sounds primal. It sounds like the attempts you've made in the past to subdue dragons. But you realize it's not a dragon. It's the water returning.
Tsunami.
I hope
I'm gonna jump on the other side of the wall. Like into the city behind the wall.
How far down is that?
It's not terribly far. It's barely a height.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to assume there's a wall surrounding the city, but it's probably not that high.
It's definitely not a well-built wall.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't surround the city so much as it provides a wave break. It's not going to be much of a wave break. That sound, I would say Felician, Jacoby, and JDS. Could you all three roll a history check? And if you roll above a 10, you'll get a little bit of information. Above a 15, a little bit more. And anybody over a 20 will have actually been to a couple of these.
I rolled
cities.
a dirty 20.
Nice.
All right, history. 16, but are we, what kind of area are we in?
You're in a small city.
Well, mountain, grassland.
Island.
Neither of those, but
Okay.
I will keep that in mind for the future.
7.
Gideas, you were in a town where that was under attack, but that was kind of your discovery of this overall situation. You had heard the sound before, but you don't have much to place with it. Felician, this is a brand new sound for you, and you're still thinking it's a dragon. Jacoby, you've heard this sound before because you were at both cities when they were attacked. You weren't at the waterfront when it came, and you know that this sound can be heard for miles before the wave arrives. But you know that a wave is coming. The wave, while it travels at great speed, the sound travels through the air at the speed of sound. It's loud, it's frightening, and you remember and acknowledge that this is a warning sign, and it is extremely important to evacuate if you hear it. You still have a little bit of time.
So this is like the wave preceding the blue dragon. That's what I understand this to be, or
you understand this to be the sound of the tsunami about to hit, preceding the water.
Unless everybody's got like a surfboard, we should probably just get onto higher ground and make sure everybody else does, if anybody's left.
What is a surfboard?
It's like a board where you surf on it. I used to
I
live
don't
on a
know
raft.
idea.
So that sound is like the sound of a giant wave coming this way, and after that wave, there'll be a dragon probably. I was at the other cities when they got attacked, and this is how it started.
Okay, so what kind of shelter? Like, should we find a cave? Should we go to higher ground? Like,
I'm gonna vote for higher ground.
You hear the ladle go,
Oh yeah, cave, yeah. Let's go down. Drown ourselves. Drown our sorrows.
hey, can you pass that flask over here?
you know what? You know what? I refuse to argue with a ladle. This is insane.
Do we have time for this? I'm going to look around and see where the highest spot is I can see.
Go ahead and really quickly roll a perception check.
That is only a 13.
The closest high spot point you see is actually the main tower. It's a bit back from the water. It looks like it has like maybe 4 or 5 levels to it.
I'd like to roll an insight check to see if I feel like the tower will survive the hit from the wave.
This wouldn't be so much an insight check because I'd be trying to figure out the personality, behavior, that sort of thing. This would be a little bit more like a survival check.
Okay. 8.
It looks really robust and safe and secure. It's definitely been here longer than anything else. If anything's going to survive, it's going to be that tower. Solid structure.
You guys remember that one shot that lasted 11 minutes? That was fun.
Well, let's stop talking and start rounding people up. I see a tower over there.
Works for me.
All right. I guess I could go ahead and find the way in, but I guess I'm just not the loudest person, or the most convincing of things.
Hey, dummies! Go to the
I'm going
tower!
to just start running through the town. Go to the tower! Go to the tower.
I'm gonna just skip to the tower, and I'm gonna be like,
Go to the tower if you don't want to die. Da, 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 da.
I'm just making up a song as I go.
All right. So, Felician, you're running ahead.
Yes, in theory.
As you're running ahead, you notice your dagger is glowing brightly.
I'm looking around trying to see if there's an enemy or something. Hang on, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm fine. Never mind. I trip, but I don't fall because I'm not looking at my feet. I just keep running because I don't see anything.
Okay, go ahead and roll that perception check if you would like to. You do have advantage on this.
Oh God. Okay.
Sorry, I got distracted.
That is a 33.
At you look around.
Wow,
With advantage,
guys.
that's a 33. Never mind. I guess I do see something. I don't know.
You almost trip, and as you're almost tripping, it draws your attention more skyward, and you get you've picked up what's been laid down. A wave of something out of the ocean is coming, but what you see is a water spout. And you see the water spout, and there looks like there's wings on the water spout.
Like a water spout, almost like a tornado kind of water spout?
Yeah. And the combination is ridiculous. Ridiculously frightening. And as you catch sight of that, you see something flying towards you. And this is what the warning was. And you can have a second here to tell me what you do in reaction to seeing this flying large object coming for you and your party.
So the object as in the thing with wings and not an additional object.
An additional object has been launched via the spout in your direction.
I just yelled, "Take cover!" And then I try to see if there's cover for me to take.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw, and Jacoby and
JDS.
JDS. I'm so terrible at this. JDS. It's not like I haven't been saying it forever before this. The two of you, could I get you to tell me what your first reaction is when she says take cover?
I look for any nearby hole I can dive into.
So immediately looking for a hole. Go ahead and roll dexterity saving throw with advantage. Jacoby, what is your first response to?
I'm gonna stop and look up.
You stop and you look up. Could you go ahead and roll a perception check?
What did you want me to roll? Sorry, you cut out.
Dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Dex, gotcha.
13.
That is
13.
17.
I need you, Jacoby, to go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw so we can get the numbers before we get the dialogue.
Mine was a 17.
17.
But if I fail, let me know.
JDS, what was your total again?
17.
Okay, both successful.
18.
18. Awesome. So, Jacoby, you have just enough time as you're looking up. And luckily you are a dexterous monk who's able to move around quickly, because what you look up and you see is an enormous crab has been chucked at the city. And there are multiple of them. Your friend Felician just picked up that one was aimed at you, but you can see in that moment of looking up, catching sight of it and looking around, that it's not the only one. Almost like whatever is attacking the city is using the creatures of the deep as weapons of war. You dodge and roll into a safe space right next to your two friends as they both kind of dive into their own little safe spaces. But your eyes don't lose track. You don't see where each of the crabs go, 13, but you see the one that was aimed at you all make impact, and its shell split open. And pouring forth from its shell come dozens of aqueous snake-like creatures that immediately spring into every crevice and hole they can find. They don't seem to catch where the three of you are at this moment, but you can see that they're going into houses, into windows, into basement spaces if there are any. Although being a coastal town, you are doubtful that there's many basement or underground spaces. And you're able to catch sight of this as your two friends both jump and make cover quite successfully, and you a moment later. But you're able to pick up this just as it's happening. You hear the loud contusions, all three of you, as objects make impact with city infrastructure. And then it's very, very quiet for a few moments.
Gross.
This is not good.
You're muted.
I blame Buffy. I'm going to peek my head out to see if I can see where the water spout is.
Awesome. Go ahead and you peek out. Can you roll a stealth check first?
Yes. 27.
Yeah. Rogue. In case anybody was curious before, Rogue.
Yeah.
You peek out and you quickly, because you knew where it was, but first you see that it's shifted a bit. Is there anything in particular trying to spot or you're looking for, or?
I'm just trying to make sure that the wings are still like in it.
Yeah. The wings are still in it. It seems to be like repositioning itself, getting a different angle.
I'm going to turn to my companions and say, so I'm not, I'm not entirely sure because I haven't hunted this particular dragon, but I'm assuming the thing with wings is it. So
I'm going to stick my head out and look for the thing with wings.
Could I also get you to roll a stealth check really quick?
Very sneaky. So.
I don't remember if Jacoby is sneaky or not.
That's a natural 20, so that is a 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Quiet as a mouse.
Hey!
There it is. Quiet as a mouth. You.
I don't know what music you had on because it turned it off when I played.
No, I turned it off already.
Okay.
But what are you looking for, if anything in particular?
The whites of its eyes. No, I'm just looking to see if I can identify a dragon and whatever she was talking about.
Okay, so this time I'm going to have you just tell me how Jacoby would go about trying to identify a dragon. Like, what approach does Jacoby take? Is this something that Jacoby has studied through book? Is this something that Jacoby has experienced through life? What is the approach so I can figure out what role makes the most sense?
Jacoby has, for some reason throughout his life, dragons are always nice to him, or many dragons have been nice to him. They give him things, like a dragon gave him his talking ladle. They just seem to relate to him for some reason, and so he's met quite a few. So he's familiar with the general outline of most types of dragons and could identify them by color and shape and whatnot, and probably familiar with to a degree what each of them can do.
We should probably clarify that this would have been in his other world, right? And not this one?
No clarification needed.
Sure.
Either way. This is.
I mean, not all the dragons in this world are bad either. So.
Yeah.
I would say goodly dragons are nice to him. Let's put it that way.
I would say that this is then because you're relying on your history and knowledge from your history, We're going to roll this as like an insight check, just because we need to rely on your wisdom with regard to your accumulated knowledge. And so go ahead and just roll insight really quick.
17.
You haven't seen this world's particular blue dragon before, but what you make out in the maelstrom, beyond what look like wings, but the closer you look, appear to be long, thin tentacles. You think it could even probably use those tentacles to float on the surface of the water as well as dive below, and or use those tentacles to attack. You're fairly certain, just by how it's manipulating the water spout up there, that it is in full control. And yet at the same time as you're seeing all that, you worry, because it's like another animal you've seen in a previous life, because it looks an awful lot like a sea slug, just worse. It's like an enormous sea slug, tentacles and venom.
So, not a dragon?
I would say that you definitely see it as a dragon.
Okay.
But dragons come in many shapes and sizes. And if anybody's seen a sea slug, you've seen, like, you can always Google the pictures and stuff like that, but it's, they're very small in real life, but this is enormous, and it's got multiple sets of these tentacular shaped fins floating around. Do you all need a picture to feel a little bit more stable in what I've described, or are you okay?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, here, let me just... Doodly-doo-doo-doo. A little quick interlude for those who are watching from home. Don't worry. You can Google this on your own. Search for sea slug and be totally horrified by how cool this monstrous creature is.
That is really cool.
Yeah, they're super awesome. Let me find... I need another button. I have so many buttons open right now that it's ridiculous. But let me grab one more. Okay. Bloopity bloop. Where is... Sorry, I'm having a moment of computer erratica where I don't know how to use a computer properly. Ooh. Somebody's honking in New York City.
There you go.
Makes me feel like I'm at home.
This guy?
Yeah. Let me grab a better shot at it. Slides.
Oh, I see. Hang on. Nope. We're good at computers.
We know how to use devices. It's terrible.
There we go.
Yeah, that. So, yes, you see that really lovely, beautiful creature, but it's horrifying that it's controlling that water spout.
I'm gonna be like, as I'm looking, I'm just like, that's a weird looking fucking dragon.
All right.
Does anybody have lots of fire spells?
Sorry.
I have fire arrows.
Kind of. Kind of.
Gonna pop.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pop my head out and use one charge on my ring of shooting stars to put a 20-foot cube in front of us and illuminate everything in fire, like Each object in the 20-foot cube within range is outlined, and I'm going to do violet light.
Awesome. So go ahead and do that. You actually, as you do that, you're using the ring, right?
Yep.
As you do that, you let me see what else is going to have to happen because you did that. So it's you're launching just the light, right? Or are you doing
it's the 20-foot?
Yeah,
20-foot cube. Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
then any creatures in it are bathed in violet light. All in the objects. It has to, if they fail a dexterity saving throw. So 16.
As you do that, as you pop that out and hit the magic for this, you can tell that the creature in the water spout must be enormous because they're nowhere near that range. However, suddenly there are many, many small sea snakes lit up. And with this discharge, they all move towards you.
Ooh, no, don't like this. Don't like this.
They're heading our way.
Are you any reaction you're doing, Felician, to that, or are you just saying don't like this?
Hang on.
Sorry.
Not until they get closer.
Okay. They are close enough that you might want to do something.
Are they within 5 feet?
Oh, no, not that close.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they're all
I would like
moving
to
your
hold my
way.
action.
So I am guessing, based on everybody else's frozen moment here, that I'm going to have you roll initiative unless anybody has any other last minute surprises they wanted to try.
I would like to leap into the air and attempt to land in the middle of all of the snakes.
All right, roll an acrobatics check because I know that's what you really want to do.
29.
With a scream that does not come from Jacoby. The scream definitely came from the ladle. Jacoby goes flying and perfect stance with his monk fighting abilities and his ridiculous capacity for dynamicism while under flight of personal propulsion methods. You're in the middle of these snakes. I will go ahead and give you, Jacoby, advantage on the initiative check since you kind of already did it. Everybody will have advantage because of how these creatures are lit up due to Jedia's putting the light forward because they're all easier to hit right now on their attacks.
Is there such thing as double advantage?
No, unfortunately not.
Boo.
Because the moment you start letting double advantage happen, all sorts of wackadoodness happens.
15.
But you are all there, and go ahead and... Okay, somebody said 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
16.
Boo.
16. Ooh. It's getting good.
15.
Okay, who has the higher dex?
Probably
Jacoby
me.
or Felician?
Oh, maybe not.
My dex
What's
is
yours?
20.
Oh, okay, then you.
Okay, so Jacoby will go first.
I'm a Dexy motherfucker.
Of the two of you.
That sounds like it should be a t-shirt.
Picture of a monk says I'm a Dexy motherfucker.
My little sea snakes were surprised, so they ended up with disadvantage and did not, because somebody tried to leap into the middle of them. They did not successfully roll high, so they are near the end of initiative order. Luckily, they didn't roll a 1, but life happens. Thanks for making me re-roll my pre-rolls, Jason.
You're welcome. Rurik and Larissa, and if she was here, Jess may remember that Jacoby is not one for safe action.
No.
Yeah, clarified right now, totally. JDS, you are first up in initiative order.
Okay. them being this close, I am going to sling my crossbow over my shoulder and from my quiver pull out my staff with thunder and lightning.
All right. Let's make things happen.
Okay. And then I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, Jacobus. And I am going to use a charge to do thunder and lightning with it.
All right. So I believe that the full thunder and lightning, you use the lightning strike and thunderclap at the same time, right?
Correct.
The double
Okay, so-
lightning,
Correct.
very frightening me.
I'm using an action to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the staff's tip in a line that is 5 feet wide and 120 feet long. Each creature in that line must make a DC 17 Dex saving throw, taking 9d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. And thunderclap is, I put out a deafening thunderclap audible out to 600 feet. Each creature within 60 feet of you must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, the creature takes 2d6 thunder damage and becomes deafened for 1 minute.
It's safe to say that every single snake is now deaf. Jacoby and Felician, I need you both to roll Constitution saving throws.
Was it Dex saving throw you said, Andy?
For the lightning,
We'll
Okay,
get to the lightning in a second.
but for the
Y'all.
thunderclap, it's a Constitution.
Yeah, you're only affected by the thunderclap, not the lightning strike.
18 on the con saving throw.
Okay, you're safe.
That's it.
Same.
Awesome.
You're
Safe,
not
safe.
deafened, but you do take half damage on the thunderclap.
Well, they were both successful, so they take half damage and they aren't
Yep.
deafened. But could you go ahead and roll the
Yep.
2d6?
All right.
All of our snakes are deafened, so they're taking the full damage.
That is a 6. Which isn't very much, but it's better than nothing.
It's great. And then now can you roll the 9d6 lightning damage
Oh, jeez.
for all of the sea snakes that had crap dexterity and did not make their throw?
That is 12, 17, 19, 21, 26, 30, 34, 38, 41.
A path is cleared between you and almost the shore, really. A path back almost to the space you were in, as the blast of lightning seems to chain one section, one snake, one huddle of sea snakes, one swarm, you might say, that I was using the swarm mechanics, pop into oblivion all the way down to the shoreline. Harried townsfolk who were late to escape their homes or were running into the street being assaulted by these creatures, stopping in wonder as the pursuing mob dissipates behind them. Unfortunately, right around you all, there's just bleeding sea snakes who seem even more centered on your group as the cause of their misery, as you see from what on a snake would be the audio tunnels to their head, goo and such percolates through. They are still functioning, but there's a pathway cleared should you choose not to engage with this group, I suppose. But you can see that still remaining around you are about 20 sea snakes of unusual sizes.
Got us a path.
Could somebody who is not deafened, which I guess would be all three of you at this point, right? Because none of you got deafened because you all made the save. Roll a perception check.
So close for natural 20.
7.
7,
28.
28. And what did you get, JDS?
21.
All right. So 28, Felician, it's not a moment of like gazing at the monsters around you, but you heard a change in the background sounds that were going on after the thunderclap, and you're quick to jump and then look up, and you can see that the swirling vortex over the ocean is moving your direction. You have been heard and possibly spotted. JDS, you track that not too long after Felician does, but Felician first.
Free action. We've definitely got its attention.
Trap is sprung. JDS, any last thoughts, commentary, or bonus action / movement while you're here blasting away Sea Snake?
I'm going to start heading down the path.
Nice.
That's cleared open.
Yes, and it is... I don't know if any of you have smelled very lightly cooked fish or eel or electrified eel when it wasn't an electric eel to begin with, but that's the general scent as you start down this path. All right, Jacoby, you're up next. What are you doing? You jumped into the middle of a whole bunch of these things. Lightning was blasted out, creating a pathway that you'd have to like kind of leap over a few of them, but you could run off after JDS, or you could deal with the current threat.
I'm going to kill some snakes.
Okay. What you doing?
I will do unarmed strikes for both attacks plus... Oh, God. Monks have so much stuff. Plus... Let's not burn any key points yet. Let's do bonus action unarmed strikes also. So that's 4.
Roll the unending level of monkish attackishness.
No, wouldn't you have to use a key point to do flurry of blows to make it 2?
He's got the...
I have 2 attack actions and then bonus action attack as well.
Right, bonus action is only 1 attack though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 attack on your bow, so you have 3 hits.
With a bonus action on each, so I have 4. Or no, I only have 1 bonus. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I have 1 bonus action.
I are dumb. I back. Hello.
You are not. You are remembering a character from a long time ago.
All right. In that case, let's do... Screw it. Let's do flurry of blows for each attack.
Okay.
So that's 6 attacks? Is that how that works?
No. You get 1 key point to spend flurry of blows as a bonus action.
Okay.
So you get 4 attacks total. So you get your 2 in your original one, and then you get 2 more.
It basically makes your bonus attack rather than 1 hit.
I thought a flurry of blows was 2 unarmed strikes. Never mind. Okay.
It is, but it's a total of 4. You get 2 in your regular action, and then your bonus action, which is 1 action, you get 2 more. So you get 4 total. Okay. I'm just helping. As someone currently playing a monk, I'm just helping.
My brain, for whatever reason, wants to give both actions a bonus action. I'm not sure why I can't process that.
I mean, it would be super fun. That should be another like hidden.
Well, let's hope these things don't have a high DC. Let's see. Dirty 20. 13. 13. 16.
All 4 hit.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. 13 damage. 9 damage. 11 damage. 9 damage. So 18, 129, 39, 41, 42.
You, JDS, don't see this at all, but Felician, you do, because JDS is running down that pathway. But Felician, you watch as your companion, this drunk monk, begins spinning around, grabbing sea snakes by whatever he can grab, smashing them into each other, and it is a furious amount of destruction that occurs. But it's not too furry.
And then I would like to use my
movement.
Yeah. Sorry, it's called something. I'm trying to find it. 1 second. Come on, where'd you go? I just had it.
I mean, you've used your bonus action and you've used your action.
Yeah, I can. There it is. No. Where are you?
Can you describe what you're trying to do?
It's a drunken master thing that I can disengage after a flurry of blows.
Whenever you use your flurry of blows, you gain the
technique
benefit of
was
disengage action, and your walking speed continues by 10. So your current walking speed plus you're not going to be attacked is 60 feet.
And then I'm going to disengage my full 60 feet, but I'm holding a dead fried snake in my hand, and I'm going to eat it as I walk away. As a snack.
I love it.
Nasty.
So Felician, you see this, and then JDS, you don't notice anything until he walks by you, gnawing quite quickly. It's like, when I say walk, it's walk with air quotes around it, and you can feel the air quotes around him as he's zipping by you, gnawing on a recently deceased member of the sea serpent family. Felician, what would you like to do? There are still some alive, but they don't seem as interested anymore.
I'm assuming I'm also not like within 5 feet of them because I haven't moved.
You haven't moved, but you could get to them quickly if you would like to.
No, I just want to make sure I'm not going to get an opportunity attack as I follow the rest of them. Follow everybody else. I'm playing catch up at this point. Everybody else is taken off. I was gonna help Jacoby fight, but he doesn't need my help, so now I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, I mean you move, and as you move past, you slip in between from spot to spot. You have your movement.
That I just mumble under my breath. I'm like herding cats. Jesus.
Can I have a free action to say, does anybody want some of this?
Gross. Sure.
And I'm just going to shake my head like, oh.
And just from like way behind you, you just hear.
I guess there's more. So.
All right. So, the three of you, I mean, I think Felician, if you're using your action and movement to move forward, you'll be able to catch up to Jacoby, kind of causing JDS to spin around a little bit as the second person walks swiftly by.
I would have caught up. I would have caught up to JDS. I would not have passed them up. I would have just caught up in order to stay with the group, as it were. I get the impression that I'm not going to be able to keep up with Jacoby if I want to. So
as you catch up to JDS and you have this moment of pause, you can hear like a slithering behind you all as the creatures momentarily make to move in your direction, but then a roar ahead of you seems to halt their progress, and you watch as that swirling funnel gets closer, and it's moving at quite a clip. And even as it gets closer to you, you can see that it's dissipating and moving 120 feet. It's almost to the wall that you were last on not so long ago.
And how far are we from the wall?
You are 90 feet from the wall.
Okay.
Can I get...
My
I feel like it was Felician who rolled really high before on seeing the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and roll another perception check, since your eyes have not truly left this magnificent, beautiful creature?
Felician, what do you have?
Natural 20!
Felician, what do you see? I see everything.
So total, that would be a 34.
Wow, nice.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm slow.
Okay, cool. You're able to make out as the dragon comes near that its chest is inflating. Something is going to be coming in the next moment. And based on your experience with dragons, what do you think you should probably be doing as its chest inflates?
Oh shit! Everybody duck. I'm gonna like run behind a building or something, like whatever's nearest to get behind. Like cover.
Yeah, I'm also going to attempt to find cover.
Okay. And
I will also attempt to find cover seeing that.
okay, so what I would like you to do, and we're going to consider this another round that's occurring here. I would like all of you to roll your either dexterity saving throws or other skill check that you think is what your character would use to achieve a space of cover. But I would like you to just describe what that looks like and what additional abilities, if any, you use to make this happen. Roll whatever the check is first. Tell me what check you're using and how you're using it, and then I will let you narrate how you find cover or fail to find cover. Minimum DC on all of these, you got to at least clear a 10. So use abilities to at least clear the 10. I think Felician, you're the only one who has reliable talent, so that just goes without saying, as long as it's something you have a propensity towards. But other than that,
23 for a dex save.
23. Can you just describe to me, like, tell me the story of what the cover looks like that you're going to, but also like how you get there and how you kind of brace yourself for what's coming?
So because of Felician's nervous disposition, she's kind of always looking for a place to hide. That's just kind of like her jam. Like if she is in a room, she's kind of either always looking for the exit or a spot to duck. So as we're kind of running towards this wall, I'm going to look over and I'm going to see a merchant's cart. And it's not going to be exactly the most graceful of things because I'm not entirely, I don't have a high acrobatics or anything. I'm dexterous, but not in that way. I'm just going to kind of do like a Superman like slide underneath this thing, and then I'm going to fall just a little bit short, and then I'm just going to kind of like army crawl scramble to get fully underneath, and you just see this like 5'6" human in like semi-dark clothing just trying to like get under the wagon. Like she can see all this shit, but she can't jump at all. So
okay, awesome. Who else is up next that would like to? Jacoby?
Did 17 on my dex check. Are we like on a road or like where are we? Right, what's around?
You're on the cleared path of lightning strike that JD has cleared for, like, all the little snakes are off.
So between the blue dragon and Andy, I'm just gonna reach into my bag and pull out rubber boots. No, just kidding. No, okay. So is there like a ditch or something near?
You get to describe exactly what you think happens.
Okay, I am going to treat this because it's a blue dragon, so I am going to treat it like a lightning strike, and I'm going to run for the nearest like ditch or like depression in the ground. Except for I'm very drunk and I trip, and then I just like forward roll, tumble, and then just land face first in the depression.
Awesome. Jadias, what do you do?
14 on a dex throw, and so I look. I see a little rock with a little hole that looks like it's been dug out by an animal underneath it. So I start running towards that, and I get there. It's a little small, but I'm sucking in my gut and like force myself in. And then, if you'll allow me, I'd like to cast Absorb Elements at the second round, at the second level.
Yeah, you're casting Absorb Elements on yourself, or
Yes.
are you casting it on others?
I'll do it on Jacoby, seeing that I see he's out. Just looks like he's just out in the middle, in a little ditch, but not really any cover.
So you're casting it on. Oh no, this is a self-only spell.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, it is. So yep. So, now I'll
you're just
cast it
casting on yourself.
Yep.
That's all good. All right, so you kind of like tuck in. Jacoby's sprawled out in the mud. Felician, Felician, as Jacoby takes a sip, you watch lightning splay down that same lane where lightning had crossed not so long before. Only this is covering a 10-foot wide path. And you see what's left of the little snakes fry up in no time at all. As it's launching itself down, now I need everybody except for Felician to make a dexterity saving throw. I know I'm making you roll that twice, but that was like the preliminary. Felician yelled and gave you a chance. Here's the second round. This is kind of like giving you advantage on the dex throw. FYI, both of you still need that.
All right, I do get advantage because of my dragon skill.
Okay, good.
Again, because that's considered a breath weapon, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 1 and then used a lucky point and got a dirty 20.
I got 18.
Got 18?
Yep.
Both of you feel the electricity coursing through you. Felician, you know what you rolled. You know what it takes to avoid this breath weapon. And as it's expended, you can see your two friends kind of smoke a little bit, drifting off their bodies. It's gone silent for a moment. And you're unsure if they're okay.
Guys!
Jacoby and Jadias, I'm just going to tell you how many hit points to subtract if you have resistance to lightning or anything else like that. Please apply it. But that's 88 points of lightning damage.
Ooh. All right. While using that absorb element, I get to take away 2d6 of that.
I'm gonna like stand up, just like staggering with my hair standing all up like Beetlejuice. I'm just gonna be like, oh. And I'm gonna eat my little treat for my 5 temporary hit points.
Little biscuit to resolve the lightning sappiness.
All right, I'm trying to damage. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna kind of like half crawl out and just be like, ah, that hurt.
How far away is the dragon at this point?
That's my next thing I'm going to follow up with as you're all doing that. It's going to use its movement, and you watch as it dives into the ground and begins to go underneath the ground, losing all of its height and trading it for some sort of subterranean pathing that it is taking. So you feel the ground shake and shift as this aquatic-looking creature suddenly becomes a burrowing creature, and it begins digging down deeply. And in just seconds, you can tell that it's already underground. You would feel afraid, but for whatever reason, you can feel that fear is pushed off. Something about this place, this capital, produces an effect that staves off draconic fear.
Sure, I'm finally on a character that can do something about the fear, and now I don't need to worry about it.
As a free action, can I yell, scatter?
Sure. As you yell scatter, Jadias, it is your turn.
Okay.
Back at the top of the order. Jacoby, you'll be next. Felician, you're last before the dragon goes.
Well, since I can't see where this is, I am first going to do Cure Wounds. myself at the 2nd level. So that's 2d8 plus 3 to get some hit points back. Not bad. 16 altogether, which isn't terrible. And then I'm going to head off in the direction. I'll just head straight towards the direction I'm facing, away from where they're at, to scatter.
Awesome. With you moving off and you're following the scatter after a cure of self, Jacoby.
I have feat that gives me 1 use of 1st level cure wounds as my only healing spell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use that, which gives me 12. Ooh, I got a max roll. Nice. So I
Great.
12. I'm still almost dead, but not a little bit less almost dead.
Mostly dead.
We're mostly dead. And then I would like to... What did the dragon do? It burrowed into the ground?
It burrowed under the ground, yeah.
I would like to use my max movement to run... is there somewhere around me that I can hide briefly to try to recover? Or...
Yeah. Roll a perception check really quickly.
Damn it, 8. So unperceptive.
The explosivity of the attack blinded you for a moment, but you see this cave right in front of you.
I mean, the dragon's definitely underground, so I'm just going to run into the cave because why not?
60 feet ahead of you. There's also wreckage all around and the remains of the wall.
No, I'll go for the cave.
You go. Wow, brand new cave in the middle of town. Perfect. Let's go dive into it. Yeah, you.
Well, I'm a little disoriented. I just got fried.
You easily can make your way there, and as you make your way, and you can see maybe 40 feet ahead of you the tail of the dragon.
Okay. Let's see here. So what do I have? A bonus action, but I don't have anything. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of blend into the side of the cave as best I can, and then wait for a new turn, I suppose.
Awesome. So you take this moment hiding behind the very creature that hurt you. And that takes us to Felician.
You're muted.
I said you'll never see it coming.
I'm
going to spend, I guess, now that I'm prone, spend half my movement getting out from underneath and getting up from the wagon, and then I'm going to see if there a house or something that I can climb up on to get a better vantage point.
Go ahead and roll that perception check that is so loved by everyone.
Math. Can't remember.
20,000 minus 72.
No, it's 22. No. Yes, 22.
With 22, you definitely spot really quickly
Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. What's the reliable talent thing? What is it?
That's if you roll below a 10. Below a 10, you just get to keep the
you get to do a 10, right? You can treat a D20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10, right?
Yeah.
An ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus. I am proficient in perception, I think.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so never mind. So that is a 14 or 24, not a 22. Sorry, I rolled an 8. I'm sorry. I rolled an 8. I have a plus 14 on perception.
Yeah.
So yeah, 24.
You should never roll less than 24 on perception unless it's a nat 1.
Yes.
In which case consequences happen. But
yes.
Your baseline perception should always be 24. Which is ridiculous. All right, so as you do that, as you look around really quickly and you see a what would have been like a bell tower. You know, it's only like 3 stories in height. It's not the tallest structure. That the tower was the tallest structure. It's a little beat up. You can see a couple places where things on the lower level have been destroyed by the recent crab tossing, snake biting, lightning flaring, draconic experience. But you can easily come up to the top of that.
That's where I'm headed.
Awesome.
So if I can use my the rest of my movement as well as my action to
It's a symphony. Yeah, easily. I would say you're catching something that's close to you. So yeah, you're easily able to climb there to get to it. It's rickety, but on your next turn, if you should choose to, you can climb up to the top of it and do whatever you do. It would only use your movement next turn.
Okay.
There is another roar. Jacoby, you're the only one to see it as this dragon digs another 40 feet into the tunnel. Does not seem to notice you whatsoever.
Excellent.
And then it roars again and digs another 40 feet in. JDS, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Okay. I am seeing that Jacoby went into the cave and thinking to myself, this is a really bad thing. I'm going to first
I got a bad feeling about this.
Cast protection from energy on myself at the 3rd level.
Awesome.
And then I am going to do my 25 feet of movement. My little tiny legs and start heading for the cave. I'm coming!
You get closer. You're not quite at the mouth of the cave, but you're getting there. You saw that monk jump down here. I mean, how fast can one of those monks really go?
That protection from energy I'm doing is lightning.
Oh, you don't want to protect against, I don't know, fire?
Well, you know.
Using evidence. Yeah, cool. So, Jacoby, you're there. You're in the cave. You may have heard somebody saying, I'm coming. But you saw this dragon move first 40 feet, then another 40 feet deeper, burrowing its way through the underneath of the elven city. What are you going to do?
So now it's 120 feet from me?
Yeah.
I would like to...
God, something dangerous, I'm sure.
I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow. In the butt.
Roll the attack.
Natural 20.
Noise!
What is your total with that? Just curious. Not
25.
Okay, cool. You definitely hit. Can you go ahead and roll damage and then double the dice?
So it'd be 10 damage to 20 damage. That's a good shot for a crossbow, man.
That's a really good shot.
It's a
Yeah.
hand crossbow, actually. It's not even a real crossbow.
And you do the first damage that anybody's done against this dragon, which is awesome.
Just right before it turns around and eats me.
You fire, and it doesn't really flinch. You've definitely hit it, but you've hit it in a way that you wonder if it even notices that it's been hit. It's such a gargantuan creature. But you can see some pale blue draconic blood dripping from its hindquarters.
Let's see. Don't think I get much of a bonus action options here because I just shot it. So I'm going to.
You could use your cunning action, which is a bonus action for the dash, disengage, or hide. No, that's not you. That's somebody else. Never mind. That's me having a moment here. I spent all this time writing down all y'all's bonus actions, and I totally forgot. That's not yours.
I think I still have some kind of disengage option here, don't I? Not you. I will do. You know what? I'm gonna do a step of the wind.
There it is.
To disengage.
There you go.
Okay. So your
one
jump distance is doubled for this turn. So are you leaping out of the tunnel that you've been into, or are you following after? Which direction are you going?
That's a good question. Am I dashing or disengaging? I guess I'll go back and try to regroup with my friends. I'll go out.
All right. Yeah, you jump out. Judea, you see the monk that had jumped in jump out. But their leap out is so much higher than their leap in had been. Felician, you notice that an elf just jumped out of the hole that you think that same elf jumped into. No idea why. You can see the small gnome is over there getting closer as fast as a small gnome can. What are you doing?
I am going to climb the tower. I think I have.
Yep.
I still have to move a little bit more, right?
You'll just use your movement to do it, yeah.
As I do that, I am going to send a message. Well, I guess never mind. Can I just yell?
Yeah.
They can hear me, right? Yeah. I'm not that far away. I'm gonna be like, I'm up here. I'll keep an eye out. If I see it come up, I'll let you know. And then I'm gonna hold my action until I guess the dragon shows again. And then I am going to cast. Actually, I lied. Let me modify that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to wait until the dragon is within 90 feet of me. And then I'm going to
You think I'm going to act like some evil person. I know it.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what its plan is, so.
So what are you holding that you're casting? Magic missile?
Nope, chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb. Ooh, pretty. At the second level, first level, third level? Mm-hmm. Third level?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So yeah, as you're preparing, and what does it look like as you're a trickster of a rogue, so to speak, or maybe legitimately. What does magic look like in your hands?
I'm gonna reach into my little bag, just a regular bag, not a bag of holding or anything. And you're gonna kind of see frost start to go up my hand just a little bit. Like you can see my hand sticking in the bag, but there's frost crawling up my arm a little bit. And as I do it, I'm gonna pull out a diamond, and I'm just gonna kind of be sweeping around to wait and to look, and then once the dragon is within range, I'm just gonna blow on it slightly, and then as I do that, I'm just trying. I don't know. Does the semantic part have to be individualized per type of damage, or no?
No, it's up to you. It's up to you.
I haven't thought of a word yet. Let me wait.
You'll have a chance to think of a word.
Yeah.
like half a second. So
Yeah.
as the ground shakes a bit, you can see popping up from the sandy, really cobbly grounds of the town claws, those long tentacles of the aquatic slug that it is. But you see them reach up and pull, and this gargantuan head comes up, and you can see the creature is not more than 50 feet from you, Felician. Closer to town than it was to the hole that it created. You let go your spell. What style is this spell, and what does it look like now that you've had 10 seconds to think about it?
So it's going to be silly, but the word is just toss. But instead of it because it's moving so fast, it's like an orb of light, right? It's moving so fast, it's going to anybody else, it's going to look like a dagger.
Okay, cool.
So it's going to shoot a 5d6 dagger at the dragon. Or
So you
5d8,
all
sorry.
see a softball-sized sphere of energy transform into a dagger-like shape as it flies in. And what did you say was going to be damage-wise?
Well, I probably didn't hit it, so never mind.
Hit what?
I have to roll for it, and I missed.
Yeah. What was your attack?
12. What a waste. You know that feeling, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. So what type of damage was it going to be, though? Cold. You watch as this icicle-like effect lands splat onto one of the still living sea serpents. And now there is a frozen statue of a sea serpent in that spot. Not paying attention to this attack on its person whatsoever, not even aware that it had been attacked because it didn't get hit. You see the dragon expand its chest once again. But this time, instead of lightning, you hear the roar of the tsunami as it comes crashing forward. You watch, all three of you, your attention arrested from whatever you were looking at, as it pushes forward and it begins to slam against the little bare minimum wall that was there just to keep water out of the city. The dragon is undermining the city to flood it from beneath. You've heard the stories of the other two cities, how they are no longer on the surface. The land where they were completely eroded and gone. All that was left was a sunken pit. And you see and witness now in this moment how that occurred. And even as that wave of water begins crashing and cresting over the wall, you turn back just in time due to another loud noise as the dragon burrows once more. That takes us back up to the top. Jay Diaz, you see a wall of water heading your way.
Can I still see the dragon?
You can see the dragon up the hill, yes.
Is it within 120 feet?
Why not? That's more fun.
Okay, I am with the staff and thunder and lightning going to use the lightning strike.
Awesome.
I'm going to make sure that it isn't going to hit Felician. And yeah, so that then is a DC 17 Dex saving throw for the dragon.
The dragon chooses not to be missed when it senses the lightning approach.
Okay. 12.
I got a
18,
bad feeling about this.
24, 30, 39, 43, 46, 49, 51 total.
You watch as its tentacles flare out in all directions, seemingly taken by this lightning. GTS, could I get you to roll a perception check?
Sure. Yeah, 21.
You watch as a small wound at its rear closes up. You watch as it imperceptibly almost seems to grow bigger.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You watch as a pair of eyes turn to you, and you get the feeling that felt good. And drool drips from the side of the dragon's mouth as it looks at you, and pretty much only you. It likes what it got a taste of.
Okay.
Anything else you're going to do on your turn? Movement, bonus actions?
I do get to attack twice. So
Naturally, you have to fill it with so much lightning it explodes. I think that's the plan.
yeah, somehow I don't think that's what's going on there. I'm gonna use my movement and begin looking for cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you go diving looking for cover. Could you just roll a stealth check for me really quick?
Sure.
Because unfortunately, you're now in the position of being the dragon's.
Oh, and I have disadvantage on that, so I get to use the lower of the two. So 8.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Its passive is way higher than that.
Oh, I figure.
But hey,
Yeah.
yeah, you're toast. Never mind. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
There's 2 other people who can distract it between now and then. Jacoby, what are you doing?
So, the water is not going to reach me in my turn? Or
You're
here?
not sure, but go ahead and really quickly roll a perception check. Roll a perception check. Because you leaped up, you had plenty of movement. You could probably have gotten to
8 again.
You're fine.
Well, regardless, in preparation for the water, I would like to grab a piece of wooden rubble, roughly the length and size of a surfboard, to demonstrate what a surfboard is to my friends who asked, "What's a surfboard?"
Just to make sure you're finding the right surfboardish material, let's have you roll let's make this interesting. I'd like you to roll an investigation check. 10 or higher, I'll give you your surfboard. Quality will vary higher than that.
16.
Awesome. You think you found a decent surfboard. Of course, it's not waxed, so limits to what you can actually pull off with a dry surfboard, but it is the right size and shape.
I don't know. I have a pretty good acrobatics bonus. We'll find out.
That's what I'm curious about. So you are preparing yourself to surf the
I will
tsunami.
surf my way to the dragon is my plan. Yeah.
Okay, and where are you located right now? Are you below the mouth of the cave, above the mouth of the cave?
I'm going to grab it and go above the cave so I'm not pushed into the cave by the water.
Okay. Good things to know. Also, you've got that nice surf break there, so that's really going to cause the wave to crest at the right moment and really get some... I might know too much about surfing.
Cowabunga.
And you're just holding surfing for right now.
Yes, I would like to hold my surf.
Felician, are you still at the top of this little tower?
Mm-hmm.
You see the waves approaching. You see your friend having grabbed a surfboard. You don't maybe see GDS. You think that they tried to hide. but you can still see them because your passive is way higher than their roll for that stealth check.
That was so bad.
Yeah, they're singing the Pink Panther song as they like walk through the open. Dragons can't see movement. If you don't move while they're looking at you. Oh wait, it's always looking at me. It's drooling still. It's creeping me out.
I am going to try to catch the dragon's attention because it's still above ground, right?
Yes. It looks like it's diving into the dirt, but you can still see parts of it.
I'm going to...
Well, actually, it's not dropping into the dirt anymore. It stopped its headlong dig to turn and drool at JDS. So, yeah.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at the second level.
Awesome. So those auto hit, so you get to roll damage, right?
Right. It's 3. It's a D4 per plus 1 force damage to each one, right? Each missile?
Yeah. And you threw it out there at a higher level, so that's plenty of poo-poo-poos.
The spell creates one more dart, so it's just 4 darts instead of 3.
Yeah. So that's 4d4s plus 4.
So 5. Math. 8. 10. 14. 14 points.
You launch all of them. Where would you be aiming these missiles since you get to choose?
At its ass, where the wound healed up.
Yeah, I think you just, like, that was already a fragile scale point, and you just reopen it, and it's gushing a little bit more than it was before, but definitely.
Oh, wait. Can I remind me if I cast a spell and I can only cast another spell as a bonus action if it says it is, or can I cast a cantrip as a bonus action?
So you can cast a cantrip that is a bonus action, or you can cast a spell that is a bonus action, but you can't cast the opposite when you're,
Okay.
So I don't think you have any
Nope.
of that nature, and Magic Missile is not a bonus action.
But can I use my bonus action to essentially hide after doing that? Wait, hold on. Disengage?
Yeah, you're a rogue.
No.
You have, as a bonus action, you have your cunning action, which is dash, disengage, or hide action. So you can hide.
Yeah.
Da-da.
Roll your stealth check. See if you do better than...
Come on, better than 8.
I'm pretty sure her bonus is better than 8.
I know.
19.
Yeah.
For the record, I rolled a 5.
Oh, rogues.
That's awesome.
Well, that's going to force me to roll their first legendary action. So we'll find out if they're able to beat your thing, because one of the legendary actions they get to use is detect. Because they have to, of course, make sure they know where that beautiful taste of lightning came from. But we'll see what else they might see. Yeah, no worries there.
Will they detect me? I don't know.
Well, they rolled a 19. They get plus 17. So yeah,
I know.
You were seen. So instead of digging into the hole again, and yeah, I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. Did Jacoby go already in this, or did I mess up the order?
Yeah, I found the surfboard.
Surfboard, yeah.
Surfboard. Okay, great.
He's holding a surf.
So now it's truly the dragon's turn now then. Okay, good. So the dragon...
Unless the water hits before the dragon's turn, then it's Jacoby's turn to surf.
Well...
Just throwing it out there.
Here's what happens. The dragon turns and is tracking JDS very closely. The water stops surging forward.
Boo.
It's held in abeyance in this moment because the dragon wants to collect the little lightning. And it stalks back down the cityscape towards JDS. lumberous, slow steps. And it is going to try to... Actually, how far away? Yeah, you're within distance of it. It comes up, JD, and it's like right over top of you. But figuring out if it's looking at you or not is a little weird with its eyes. You just smell the overpowering scent of rotted sea life.
Yum.
And the drool coming down off of its mouth as it looks down at you, or maybe looks down at you, is repulsive on so many different levels. And you hear in common, tasty treat. I want to taste it again. It can't use an action because it had to stop the water first from killing its little treat. But yeah, you've got its attention and it's right above you, dripping drool. GDS, what are you going to do? It's your turn.
Fantastic. This is... Oh, man.
Throw the lightning staff at it and run.
Considering it.
It'd be really, really cool if that broke its concentration and the wave crashed at the same time as you did.
All right. Well, I am... Oh, man.
I'm going to pre-roll the concentration check just in case.
Okay. I am going to use my Staff of Thunder and Lightning to do a melee attack and use thunder when I do that.
All right.
See if I can stun it.
Roll the attack.
Okay.
I think you get to roll this with advantage due to what it's doing, but I'm not sure. Yeah, roll with advantage, please.
Okay. Let's see. 23.
Oh, that hits. Definitely.
Okay.
Woo!
1d6 plus 3.
Finally, some more damage to this thing other than that little arrow I put in its butt for somehow 20
Hey!
damage.
Hey!
So that is,
Oh, your missiles, I forgot.
Missiles, magic missiles.
that is 7 damage, which isn't a lot, but using thunder with it,
You rolled a 1? Oh, no, you rolled a
I rolled a 4.
4. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, rolled a 4. So that's 7. And then with the thunder, it emits a crack of thunder audible out to 300 feet. A target I hit must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or become stunned until the end of the next turn.
This doubly sucks. I think it might suck for y'all as well, but the stun plus the roll that I had for its concentration check, all that lovely stuff, and its roll was just crap. It is stunned. And when it is stunned, it loses control of the water,
Yep.
which begins rushing forward once again.
I'm taking my chances with the water rather than a dragon right on top of me.
You made me snort.
One bite or a chance to maybe save myself.
Awesome.
Little 3-foot tall Andy's over there like, put him up.
All right. I think, Jacoby, you are first on this list of things affected by the water because it stopped the water at the last second here. You hear, if you've ever been around a storm drain that was plugged and then you unplugged it for the fun of it because it was something you thought you were being good to the world or whatnot, or it's just fun, and you hear that as it gets sucked, all the water gets sucked back in and under, and it's a great noise that everybody wants to have in their ear as they're listening to this podcast. Yep. And that big, huge slurping sound begins as most of the water is channeled down that tunnel. And as it's thundering down there, there's another hit as a crest of water crashes over. Jacoby, you were holding the I'm going to surf action. Could you go ahead and roll an acrobatics check to see if you actually know how to catch a wave?
I should have played a bard, and then I can go.
Do it anyways.
Does a 22 catch a wave?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was going to let you catch a wave if you'd roll a 4. Yes, a 22 definitely catches this wave. Describe to me your particular surf style. Are you a longboarder, shorty? Like what is, are you trying to catch the barrel? Are you just wrecking the top? Like,
I've
what are you
seen
doing
Point
here?
Break a few times. Does that help?
What?
So I've seen Point Break a few times. Does that help? That's all I know about surfing.
Presidents.
Hey, how far am I from JDS right now? And the dragon.
Well, you're getting closer as you're being shoved forward via surfing. If you want to purposefully have your momentum get you to JDS and the dragon, we can roll another. It has to be athletics this time, but like an athletics check to see if you're able to manage the board in that way.
Okay. What I would like to do is surf my way very stylishly and nimbly and monkey and cool over to JDS and pluck him out of the water and away from the dragon, if I can.
All right. So you catch the break in the right way. Let's see what you do as far as
17.
You begin carving through the wave, taking the crest, keeping it at a go. You're having the time of your life. The sun is streaming in from the early morning. It's the dawn paddle out, but you didn't have to paddle out. Awesome day of surfing. You hit the point in the beach break where you know the waves start to fall apart, but that's also where JDS is. You can grab him and try to continue surfing. I will need you to roll a strength saving throw for that.
Oh boy.
Look.
Oh, actually, my strength bonus is pretty good. Never mind. Saving throw. My saving throw bonus is far better than my strength. Strength bonus.
Totally.
24.
Nice.
Yeah, you grab a hold of him. You do kind of like a twist, and then suddenly you're under a barrel that isn't going to be a barrel for much longer as the wave dissipates, crashing over you, and you are washed to the new beachfront as this wave continues its efforts. I'm going to say that uses your action, your movement, and your bonus action. You can argue with it if you want.
I held that from my last turn, so that's fine. Like whatever.
I mean, we can
unless it's using my next turn as well. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's used your last turns, all the parts of the last turn.
Okay.
As you crash out of the wave, you've collected JDS. It is now going to be your turn.
Okay.
As I
set him and just like walk off of the surfboard onto the beach, I'm like, "Hey man, how's it going?"
Thanks.
JDS has swallowed dragon spit and wave water.
No, never again.
You can hear that water is still hitting that tunnel, and the main purpose that it was there for originally is definitely going to be served. Stunned dragon or not, you can hear the crumbling of the infrastructure. Jacoby, what are you going to do?
Can I have like some free action to role play with JD as a little bit here?
Yeah, I think this is hilarious as he's choking up
I was
dragon.
I do not know if we can beat this giant ass dragon.
I hit it with some lightning. It didn't seem to hurt it.
Quick lesson: blue dragons are lightning based, so he probably dug that a little bit. But I made him feel good inside. Where'd Felician go? Are you in the tower? Is that where you were? Okay. I'm just gonna wave.
Felician, you've been safe. The waves crash over. You got some splash. All salt water.
All right. I guess I gotta go fight this dragon. I'm just gonna how far is it away now?
I would say you with the wave action and everything like that, you've moved yourselves 60 feet away from it.
All right. I will use my full movement to get to it and hopefully onto its back. Am I close enough to do that? Run up and just
your regular
leap on?
movement is 50 feet, right?
50. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I would have
So you'd have to use
my
something.
bonus action dash, maybe? Would that work?
Yeah, that's the one that gives you the jump too, right? So you could easily jump up, and
Okay.
that whole combination will get you
Okay.
jumping up onto this stunned blue dragon. Now that you're on the dragon, can you just roll a really quick investigation check?
Investigation.
I really want to.
5.
You know, those things that are dripping some sort of liquid, that's just water, right? That's not dangerous. You can walk right over those, no problem.
Cool. I'm just.
You might choose not to, anyways, just out of an overabundance of caution. But
Jacoby,
I'm
gosh,
a very cautious type of guy. So
right.
I'm going to unsling my ladle and bring it down over my head twice. Just whack. Use both my attack actions.
you just hear this, ouch.
Does a 19 hit?
No.
Then the other one also doesn't hit. So apparently I didn't pick a good spot to whack it. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Apparently I didn't hit it at a good spot.
Yeah. You
I'll try to whack it in a better spot next time.
Okay. Yeah, you try to damage the beast with your ladle, and all you really get is a ladle that's arguing with you about the efficacy of using the wrong end. And yeah, anything else you're going to do? That was your action, I think.
Yeah,
Bonus action was used. Movement.
I would like to say I would try to position myself on its back in a way that it can't hit me with its tail, if that helps.
Yeah, totally.
Because I know that
seems
most dragons have a tail attack, so I'm just going to try to get in front of that.
okay. Reasonable. Felician.
Okay, I'm still hidden, right?
Yes.
Okay, I would
As far
like
as you know.
to, as far as I know. Am I hidden or not? I need to know.
Yes, you're hidden.
Okay,
It wasn't looking for you. It was looking for the lightning lollipop.
right. Okay, so I am going to point at the dragon and say, "Ding dong," and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead. And because I am hidden,
You just gave me psychic damage.
Ding dong.
because I am hidden, it has disadvantage on the wisdom saving throw of 18 that it has to make.
Awesome. It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. No problem. It's just,
Well.
Oh, that first one would have been so nice. I rolled a 16, and it's got a plus bajillion wisdom.
Right.
Okay, it only has a plus 3, but I'm pretending.
Right.
But it's a saving throw. That would be a plus 10. So it has to. What do I have to get above?
18.
Fudge. I want the first roll. Yeah, you got me.
Okay,
It
so
rolled a 16.
all right, so I need 3d12. It takes 3d12 necrotic. I can't speak.
Decrepit.
Come on. All right, it takes 17 necrotic damage.
I think almost from like that rear shot area, you just see the necrosis because it's you.
Now its ass is deteriorating.
You because you did roll that with the bonus, right? The when you do Toll of the Dead against a creature that's already missing hit points, it takes
yes,
D12.
that's why I did D12 instead of 8. Yeah, okay. I rolled 3d12 instead of 3d8.
Great. So you see it just like the necrotic energy spread out around the posterior zone.
I'm just as a free action, I'm going to yell, "Help!" Never mind. I'm not going to yell.
As it hits, Jacoby looks over and goes, "Dead ass."
God. Okay, 2 snorts. Adding more hit points to this dragon. Felician, is that your turn? You have cast a spell, which means you're now no longer hidden.
Well, can I take my bonus action to hide again?
Yes, you can. Roll your stealth.
Okay. 14 or 24. No, 24. Sorry.
Awesome.
I rolled a 9, so it's 24.
Well, it can't even take a legendary action because it's flipping stunned. How you stun a dragon?
Carefully.
I really should have chosen to have it save on the stun, but I kind of forgot that I have those legendary resistances. My fault. Bad DMing. I mean, good for y'all.
Good DMing, yes.
So it is stunned, which means, I mean, what do I get to do at all? Let's see.
Does the water hit it? Toss it about at all?
You see it falteringly try to utter something, but that stun just has left it in a place where it can't speak. It even tries to shift and move itself and it can't move. I'm trying to think if there's anything fun it can do. No, it's stuck. It can't even take reactions or anything. So as the water just like continues to splash and crash over it, its footing erodes a bit. And I guess I get to take the tunnel's turn. You watch the collapse begin at the mouth of where the tunnel was started. And since the dragon is close to that mouth, having tried to move close to Diaz, you also see it start to
backslide,
tilt and slide, falling towards whatever.
You cheer from the safety of your tower. I'm standing on the dragon.
Yeah, so it is starting to fall into the swirling vortex that has been created below.
Whose choice was that?
And yeah, okay, that's the end of its turns. JDS.
All right.
You were delivered safely to a little bit of wet patch. You had dragon slime and ocean water in your lungs for a bit, but you got rid of that. You are watching as Jacoby has leaped onto the dragon, and then a splash of some dark magic hit the rear of the dragon. And in this moment, this space, and this time, you get to decide what you would like to do. You don't have the attention of the dragon. You stunned it. You can see now that it's your turn. It's starting to shake off that stun effect. But what are you doing?
I am going to cast flame arrows by touching my quiver at the 3rd level.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unsling my crossbow.
All right.
Dropping the staff in the process. I'm not worried about the staff anymore.
Okay.
I'm assuming, because that's my action, and I'm assuming my bonus action is going to be the drop.
Yeah. That makes sense. 12 pieces of ammunition. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
that takes us to Jacoby. You are on the back of a dragon that is slowly getting its act together. Looks like its muscles are starting to move, but it is already getting pulled into this vortex of water.
Sorry, there's like a Harley like right underneath my window. I don't know if you could hear that. It's growling dragon.
I mean, I can hear it through my window, but it's actually not coming through your mic. So,
okay,
cool deal.
I would like to.
Rage.
Hang on. Does stunning strike have to be a weapon attack, or can it be a unarmed attack? Because it says melee weapon.
With you, your arms are melee weapons.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 unarmed strikes. Plus,
just so you know, if you look at what an unarmed strike says, right below it says melee attack. We can,
okay.
For you, that's
Gotcha.
Whole thing. You're a monk. You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Since the ladle yelled at me, I put it away, and now I'm gonna give it double punches. I'm gonna do 2 unarmed strikes, and then I get 1 flurry of blows each. Is that, or just 1 flurry of blows? Okay. So I will do.
You do your 2 unarmed strike. If you do flurry of blows, you get 2 hits out of that.
Right. Okay.
and
So
you
total
can
4.
and you can also use a key point to make one of those a stunning strike.
Right. Okay. So key points. So that's for flurry of blows, and then so 2 key points.
Correct.
Okay. Does a 19 hit? The answer is no, I believe.
No. I mean, your fist glances off the scale.
Does a 29 hit?
That hits.
Okay.
Your fist sinks in.
Nice.
That does not hit. Ah, fuck.
Oh my god, we.
No! Hang on.
I mean, we can still hear you.
I know.
You just didn't hear us.
24. So I kept it, even though it
24?
It fell on the floor, but it was a hit, so I kept it.
Okay.
So
You
yeah,
got
I got 2.
You got 2 hits.
So I need.
Um,
Let's do this guy. Does 8 damage, 9 damage, so 17, plus a stunning strike.
Stunning strike is a con save, right?
Con saving throw DC 17.
Okay. Roll better. Ha! Shrugs off the stunning strike.
I wanted you to at least have to use a legendary resistance, but oh well.
Yeah. He'll get around to it.
Once we're all dead.
Well, it's also been using its abilities on destroying the city, so it has been using things as it goes. It's not just after you. You're quickly making a case for you being important enough to try to destroy first, but you haven't yet to fully reach that status. Just annoyances at this point. Okay, cool. So that takes us to Felician's turn. The dragon is next. The city that's falling apart will be after that.
Yay. I am going to peek my head up from where I am hiding again and do it again. Ding dong. And I'm gonna cast Soul the Dead again. And it still has to make a wisdom save at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, are you sure? This is just a sequence of events I don't like.
You said I'm
I
hiding.
don't like it. I don't like this special ability of yours. Okay, well, that was a third. Fudge knuckles.
Okay, hold on.
Does it hit the butt wound or the punch wound now?
Wait, I have to be a 13, right? I beat it.
That's 20 necrotic damage.
That blackened area just crawls further forward. It's under your feet, Jacoby. You see the blackened area.
Bonus action hide.
Roll your stealth check, and it's using its legendary action to find you. You've annoyed it officially.
That is a 26.
Ha! You are spotted, and you know it.
All right. At
Nothing
which
like
point,
dragon glare.
At which point, I use a free action to yell, "Try sitting down now, asshole!"
All right. Well, dragon is
waiting
falling
for.
into the cave vortex still. Its rear end rotting away. I feel like that just gives it a harder time of trying to grab purchase with those rear tentacles. Its front tentacles flare forward all at the same time, trying to grab on, and it is going to make a strength saving throw. Jacoby, you are riding it, and it failed its strength save. It is being sucked into the vortex. Are you going to stay along for the ride, or are you leaping for safety as a reaction?
To leap as high as I can, and my ring of feather falling won't make me go. Float to safety.
You float to safety with your cheatery ring of featherfall. Good use of that. And you all watch. Dang it, this failed its second save too. You watch as it's caught in the swirl, unable to grasp anything, and it's sucked into the tunnel that it had made not so long ago. Like with the big... There's a little bit of a moment of stillness, peacefulness, and then all along where that tunnel, where its exit point and its starting point were crack open and collapse. The ocean waves have long since subsided, but there's definitely been a stream of erosion. There's no more crashing in, but there is a long line of water still kind of murky and splashy and splotchy, more pieces of the city falling into it. A canal of sorts has been formed unintentionally, well, intentionally by the dragon's part, but unintentionally for the folk who previously lived here. JDS, there's no sign of the dragon. The space around is still collapsing. What are you going to do?
I am going to hold my action and attack with my crossbow if it pops up out of the hole and is within 80 feet.
Awesome. Jacoby, what are you going to do? You've leapt and you've feather falled slowly. You're still like maybe even falling a little bit. Are you falling straight down? Or are you trying to like direct your fall flight?
I will direct myself in the direction of JDS again to like regroup.
Okay. The edge is collapsing still a bit by bit, like just sloughing off now. It's not nowhere near the catastrophic action of the first major collapse or the secondary collapse when the dragon fell through.
Once I land, I will tiptoe through the destruction and then go to JDS.
Tiptoe through the destruction. Okay.
You're
And I
all
will also hold my crossbow action.
2 crossbows held to shoot with the shooterson. Felician, you see your 2 compatriots, crossbows at the ready. You know you were spotted, but didn't much matter because the dragon failed its strength saving throws twice, which is really a good reason for me to change out dice right now while you're deciding what you're going to do too.
I'm also going to hold my action as I take out another diamond from my pocket and line it up to where the dragon disappeared, but like also keeping an eye out.
Awesome. Okay. Well, this sucks for my dragon because it's trying to swim up, and what appears from the water before you all take your joy of destroying this beautiful creature that once was magical and wonderful and happy, is the bedraggled head of this creature that
what is a butt rock band?
It's like grunge rock.
Oh, okay.
The blue scale and tentacles damaged and beaten as the rock had fallen from above without its intention, had kind of washer machined it. While its natural environment might be the sea, a sea that has turned into a rock tumbling device does not polish dragon scales. It rips them and tears them, and you can see that all this damage that has occurred to it. It looks bloody and awful, and much like it is on its last tentacle, so to speak.
Sorry, on a completely unrelated note, I googled what is butt rock, and the answer is butt rock is a subgenre of rock and roll and hard rock music that is lyrically devoid of artistic merit and oftentimes reduced in melodic complexity. Butt rock peaked in 2005 when the super chieftain of butt rock, Nickelback, released the song "Photograph."
Ouch.
Oh, that's good.
Chieftains of butt rock. I love it.
Oh, God. Okay, so TD, you were the first to hold your action. Go ahead and roll the attack.
All right. Does a 27 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And I get 2 attacks.
Have fun with them. Roll the other attack.
Then the let's see, 31.
Awesome. That hits too.
Okay. So now I got to roll both of these. So
Oh yes.
1d8 plus 6. So the first one is 9 plus a d6 of fire damage is 4 fire damage. So 9 damage plus 4 fire damage.
Awesome.
And then the second one is once again a 9 plus the 1d6 of fire damage. So that's another 2 fire damage on that.
9, 2. Good. I'm good. Dragon doesn't look at all more miserable than it did a few seconds ago. Just more scales bleeding, more streaming of stuff.
Drool in my mouth, you son of a.
You hear the voice again, and it's from a further distance away, so it's a little fainter, but you hear, "No, feed me." And with that, we have Jacoby's held action. I feel like it's the two of them just crossbow fire.
It's a trap.
That was 1 miss and 2 misses, so I go pew pew.
Pew pew off into the distance. Awesome. And
Assuming that a 9 and a 7 did not hit, I'm just gonna.
yeah,
Go
well,
ahead
at this
and
point,
make
I feel like I
that
should just
judgment
tell you that you got to, like, I think it's a 22 to hit at this point. Yeah, you need to hit a 22 to hit it.
Well, by 19 missed, I assume that these other numbers did not hit.
Yeah. I mean, totally. It's Bedragos and Felician.
God, these are so hard to read. Ooh, nope, I miss. That's a 21.
Oh, you barely missed. What did it look like as it glances off the tower in the distance?
I don't even know. I'm so just dejected. What a waste of diamonds. I need to write that offhand. Beep 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 beep. I like just maybe the water is starting to erode the.
You're not wasting your diamonds. This does not consume the diamond. It just requires a diamond worth that much to be the focus of your launch.
Oh, okay.
They'll say if it consumes. A spell will say like the.
I thought it was
Wake me up
that was
before you
material
go.
requirement.
It'll say if it's consumed. So,
Okay.
For instance, Revivify, I think says the diamond is consumed after use.
Oh, cool. Okay. Anywho, at like maybe as the just as I'm about to say the spell, the water starts to pull a little bit of the ground underneath the tower, and I just like my shot is off as a result. and I miss.
Awesome.
At which point, I now start to climb down the tower.
Gotta get one of them feather falling rings. You could just go.
Blah, la, 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 la.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right, Betamax. So as the dragon's going to continue its action, having been hit a bunch of times, you see it
A bunch of times.
impale.
It's the only one that hit.
After having been missed a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It releases its breath straight at you, Felician,
Oh boy.
because you were the one who last pissed it off,
Because you're the only one
even
with hit
if it
points
got
left.
zipped by a couple of pokey crossbow points. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You need to make 23 or
Oh, I
higher.
should have used that one. I'm a dumbass. Okay. 9. Dex save?
Yep.
Okay, technically that's an 18, but I also have a ring ding-a-ling of evasion. I'm going to use one of its charges, which if I fail a dex save while wearing it, I can use my reaction to expend one charge to succeed.
Cheater. You're-
No, rogue. Like-
You're only going to take half as much damage because you're still going to get zapped by it, but you're only taking 44 points of lightning damage.
That's all.
Only.
Only.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Fish
nothing.
punch.
So as you get that, I mean, you move quickly enough to be out of the main thrust of the lightning, but you still get a little bit of sizzle. And the hair on the back of your kneecaps that you didn't think was actually there actually raises up.
Experience.
And it is climbing out of that space, lurching forward, and you can feel the waves begin to retreat again as it tries to charge up that spell once more. Okay. The dragon is charging up its doom spell.
Well,
Jadias, what are you going to do?
is there anything I can do? Hey, help.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's kill this dragon. It's taco night.
How close is the dragon to me?
It is closer and closer, although it's looking at Felician and not at you so much. So it's probably within 30, 45 feet of you. Its closest body part. You know, it's gargantuan, so part of it's always closer than other parts of it. Its tail is like, let me see here. Its tail is like 80 feet from you. Its left front toenail is within 30 feet of you.
Okay, then I am going to cast at the 4th level, my only 4th level spell slot, Conjure Animals.
What? What?
I'm a ranger. Conjure Animals.
Oh my god. This is awesome.
All right, so
The dragon is attacked by a mob of guinea pigs.
I can put them in any unoccupied spaces that you can see within range. So right kind of on the side of the dragon's head. And I'll do 2 beasts of rating 1.
Yeah.
Dire wolf and a giant vulture.
Awesome. Can you roll initiative for them as a group so that they have their own turn?
Sure. That is a 14.
14, okay.
Yep.
And so they'll come after Felician, but before the dragon. And do you give them any directions?
Rip it to pieces.
All right.
There should be a show, you two. Keep watching this.
Yeah, you just see these two beasts kind of like form out of nothing as some fey spirits inhabit space, but create a dire wolf. And what was the other thing you had?
A giant vulture.
And a giant vulture are summoned into being. All right. Jacoby,
Hi.
what are you going to do?
Um,
You do hear a voice, Jacoby, say, "Drink it.
what?
The pretty potion. It'll be good. Drink it. Better whiskey."
Ooh, whiskey.
On my belt, there is a small bottle just hanging there, and
It'll give you wings.
it's like a gold liquid, and inside there is a like a steel-colored scale.
Stupid.
And it's a Red Bull. No, so Jacoby's gonna take that off his belt, pop the cork off, and just slam it, and then probably JDS is gonna get pushed to the side a little bit because I was standing next to you, and I am going to turn into an adult steel dragon, like just.
Awesome.
So you watch as this monk, drunk, dark elf blooms out, skin color not changing terribly much, into a very large, huge dragon. Smaller than this blue dragon, but only
The other ones
slightly.
are pretty big.
That's awesome.
Big.
I would say, wow, that was good whiskey.
You hear like a muffled voice from deep within your own interdimensional hollow. Oh.
The good old days.
It's just you feel like it's just your subconscious talking to you at this point. It's no longer steal the ladle. It's just like thoughts in your head.
Okay. I don't think as an adult steel dragon that I have bonus actions, so I think I'm just done for right now. Unless I did a legendary action, I guess. Is that
You can use those at the end of any character's turn.
okay?
So you can do that at the end of Felician's turn, the end of the animal's turn, the end of the dragon's turn.
Just not my turn.
Actually, you can do it at the end of... Nope, you have to do it at the end of somebody else's turn.
Okay. For now, I will use my movement to rush the other dragon.
All right, you have a ton of movement, so you're easily rushed up there. It's a steel dragon, 2 woodland creatures, and GDS. Just roll a dexterity saving throw. I just want to know what happened to you as this dragon was crafted, then rushed out.
Yeah, that's a 5.
You go tumbling several feet, but you are able to kind of like laying prone for a moment, make out the sweep of a silver tail, where before there was 1 dragon, there are now 2.
Oh, man.
3'2" feels a lot smaller all of a sudden.
Felician.
I saw Jacoby change, right?
Oh, you saw him chug something and then poof.
Okay. I'm assuming now I'm kind of like down at least on the ground level, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It only took 1 series of
Okay.
your movement to get up there, even less to get down.
I'm gonna do it again because I'm assuming it. Wait, is it still focused on me or no? Okay.
Well, it's focused, but there's a large steel dragon that's going to
Right.
quickly take the focus.
Right. So I'm just gonna look at it and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go ding dong. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead again, but it doesn't have disadvantage this time. So to make it 18.
Ding dong, the dragon's butt is dead.
Wait, how much? Wait,
18.
18? It has to make 18. 18. Yes!
Okay.
21.
Okay.
Oh.
Finally.
Bonus action, hide. Behind the tower.
As your turn ends, it's going to use its detect, its wisdom perception check. And while it spots you...
Wait, don't I have to roll my stealth to hide?
Sure, go ahead and roll your stealth to hide. I mean, you're going to have to beat, what is this? 25? Which I think you can beat.
Hold on. Yeah, that's a 33. I rolled a 19. And I have a plus 14 to stealth.
Well, whatever. It's still going to be distracted either way because there's a steel dragon behind it, and that takes its attention.
Deuces.
And so that was its legendary action at the end of Felician's turn. Jacoby, are you doing any legendary actions?
Let's make it. Let's make a wing attack.
Awesome.
Beat my wings.
A wing or a wing?
Each creature within 10 feet of me must succeed on a DC 21 dexterity saving throw. Sorry, I probably just hurt your summon
There
animals.
goes my animals.
Or take 15 2d6 plus 8. Oh, I see. Take 2d6 plus 8 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone.
Okay.
So,
The dragon is going to use its legendary resistance to not fail this. Andy, can you roll 2d20s, one for each of your animals?
Sure.
Yeah.
First one is a 12. Second one is a nat 20.
Okay, so the nat 20 makes it. The 12. Just tell me really quick, 1 and 2 for the vulture versus the wolf.
I'm going to do the wolf was first, the vulture was second.
Okay.
The vulture got the...
Yeah, so the
13 damage.
wolf takes 13 points of damage. Is it still around? I think it has more hit points than that.
I don't know. It says you have the stats.
Dang it, of course it does. It wants me to look everything up and know stuff. And
I just wanted to, make some work for you.
all right, so what was the roll for the first roll?
Oh, 12.
12. So yeah, it definitely didn't make it on that. And it is going to... It has 37 hit points total. It is now low. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So just so you know, the original full hit points for the direwolf was 37. And the vulture was what type of vulture was it? Giant?
It says it is a giant vulture because it's a...
Its total hit points are 22. But with a natural 20, it totally doesn't get hit. All right. That's awesome. It's the animal's turn. So
I think you're lying.
you had told them to attack. So the giant vulture is... Go ahead and roll a d20.
Yeah, that is a 7.
Okay. Roll another attack because it has multi-attack with this.
Okay. Oh, that one's better. 19.
19 plus... Yeah, that one hits. You see its talons rake down. Roll 2d6 and add 2.
2 2s, so 4 altogether.
Awesome. So 6 total. Rakes down the side of the creature with vulture-like grace, I guess. And then can we get the dire wolf? The dire wolf gets... Because it is with one of its allies, it's going to get advantage on the attack roll. And it gets a melee attack with its mouth. So it's a +5 to hit. So roll your d20.
I'm just
You're
picking it
excited.
up because it's a nat 20.
Hey.
Okay, so roll 4d6 and add 3. It would normally be 2d6.
5, 6, 10. So 13 altogether.
Dang it. If the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 13 strength saving throw. How is a turkey wolf going to knock my dragon prone if I don't make the throw on this? This is dumb. It's fine. Doesn't happen. I was going to be really annoyed because I'd used up all those legendary resistance that a little piddly dire wolf
Like a chihuahua bites you in the ankle and you fall over.
Yeah, like it's gargantuan. That should not be a thing. I need to look into this a little bit because I feel like there's just something off with that. Like there's got to be a height differential. Awesome. So that is the end of their turn. My dragon doesn't have any legendary actions left, but Jacoby the dragon has legendary actions left. Is Jacoby the dragon going to do stuff?
I think I have one left. So for this turn, I will make a tail attack, I guess.
Okay, roll the tail.
That one, so I missed horribly.
Awesome. You kind of swirl around and you look more like a puppy chasing its tail.
My tail has missed the dead ass of the other dragon. Both of our asses have failed us in this situation.
What a big ass fail.
The dragon is going to take its turn now, and you see its chest inflate some more, and you hear a crack off in the distance. And you feel the air pressure change, and then that roaring from before, the roaring of a tsunami about to hit. That is its action. And it is going to stand where it's at.
All right.
Back to the top with GDS.
Yeah. Gonna take 2 shots with the crossbow with the fire arrows. No, 15 won't hit. But no, 21. I think he said 22 before, right?
Yeah, 22 is the
armor so they both
bloop, bloop.
Trying to shoot around that big old other dragon. And
yeah, it's hard to, curve the bow, curve the arrow, curve the shot.
This isn't wanted.
Anything else you're going to do on your turn?
And then I'm going to eat that cookie.
I'll give you a free action of sending lightning at it to heal it,
No, that's all right. I'm gonna eat that cookie. How many hit points did you say that gets?
5 temporary hit points.
5 temporary, okay.
All right. Jacoby, it's your turn.
Is it now?
Uh-oh.
Would you like to throw lightning into the dragon somehow?
I would like to throw acid into its stupid blue head with my acid breath.
Awesome.
DC 21 dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay. Okay. Let me just do some math here. It's not making the dexterity save. Because it rolled a 10, got a 17 total for the dex save. And you are a steel dragon.
Correct.
So when you throw your breath attack, are you like how
it's a 60-foot cone, so I'm gonna try to not hit the other aminals that are on my side, but if I hit them, I hit them, I guess.
If you hit them, you hit them.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'll try to sidestep or whatever I gotta do before breathing to only hit the dragon, and then it's just inhale and just green acid just sprays it in the head.
Seems pretty cool. Thanks for all the fish.
It's 13d8. Are you ready for this roll?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not so bad. 43 damage. That's not so bad for you. Being a ancient dragon.
Describe to me the last moments of this dragon.
I guess it took some water damage at some point. I would like to say I just inhale and just let it rip, and then just green acid just pours out, and its head just like melts like the Raiders of the Lost Ark heads. Like it just, and just melts away. And then it's just like a neck with no head when I'm done.
Don't like that.
When I'm done breathing.
Nope, hate that.
And then I go,
love it.
And then I go,
as the dragon's head is melted away and the two woodland creatures next to it almost just poof, poof with the salt of acid. I'm sorry, it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen.
The acid intermingles with the water that is left in this space and almost becomes more putrid and deliquefied. The roar continues as the tsunami is now no longer under the control of the dragon, but is still sweeping forward, water returning to location. The dragon is dead. You're out of combat order, but there's a wall of water headed your way. It's almost like you're back to the beginning of this session.
Do you care if I jump up on your back?
do it. As he does that, I will like meander over to Felician so she can also hop up if she wants to.
Yes, please.
And then I will fly us to safety.
We get to see the scene kind of close on this town as the wave of water floods up, and that canal that had been carved spreading even further. The last few structures that were still standing after a massive dragon battle, dragon versus dragon plus 2 people, and all the other things that had gone on, the washing of waves. Just the city is no more. But
Sorry, Nick.
you do see you do see as the sun continues to rise, because it's still morning, a glint off of steel scales as Jacoby, Gideas, and Felician make their escape. As we kind of close down, I would love to hear what you 3 think happened with Gideas, Jacoby, and Felician in the coming days, months, years, post their defeat of the Blue Dragon.
I'd like to think they started a nice bakery together. And
All right, because Jacoby's going to. I
I'd
guess.
like to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I think I would try and return towards the area and help them rebuild the best that they could, at least nearby, and then after that, just see what my companions are up to and venture with them. I like the drunken monk, and the rogue seems pretty slippery, but in a good way.
unfortunately, I have no more dragon potions. That was a one-off. A one-off for the one shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have, depending on what Jacoby wanted to do, if he wanted to try to find his way back to his world. But yeah, I would have stuck around for at least a little bit.
I mean, Jacoby's been here for as long as the Timeless Trio have been forward in time. Like, it's the same moment that he fell in. So
I'm just saying, if you got the
If you got the itch,
yeah,
to go
exactly.
back.
So eventually you all decide a life of mixed adventure and baked goods proprietariness is a decent gig. And
traveling donut salesman.
oh, nice. Traveling donut salespeople. Do you put together like a wagon or a rig of some sort and
A hand cart with an oven on it. Just pull it behind me all the time.
And it has a
Maybe a deep fryer.
it has a
steam release?
well, some sort of magical neon sign that turns on whenever it's baking, so they're fresh.
I want it to be like Howl's Moving Castle, but it's like just the size of a small cart with an oven on it, and it just walks behind me
That's so weird.
There's a ladle on the side that clinks every once in a while. Fairly unused.
Ow.
Couldn't you give me a cushion or something, you damn bastards? All right. Thank you for the session today. Thank you for joining us, Andy. Thank you
for having me.
Being willing to roll into a random one shot.
Get a t-shirt.
Yes. Probability of demise. Like, subscribe, suspend your disbelief, and
By a lot.
100%. But thank you all very much for joining us, and I hope you have a great, great week. We will be back next week, and then after that, we are going into our every other week as we hit our summer doldrums. Not doldrums, but we want to go outside and enjoy the sun too.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
People on that note.